Welcome to the abandoned mansion. This is actually my house, not an abandoned mansion. But we're going to the abandoned mansion later today because we're getting a very special delivery. Let me show you a couple of my safes. That's one, very full. Here's another, even more full. I have 4 safes. I have 5 actually, but I have 4 that are in the house full of pew-pews. And as you can see, not everything fits. So I just have things like kind of like, I'll hang that one as decoration because they don't fit in the safe. I'd like them to fit in the safe, ideally. Make them safe and all that kind of stuff. This door locks. My office is locked up, but I wish there was something better. Like maybe an underground pew-pew vault. I just wish we had a hole in the ground somewhere where we could put this underground pew-pew vault. Just wish that was the thing. Oh, there's one. That would probably fit it just fine. So now the secret is out. That is what we dug this big hole for and put the rebar in and then poured our concrete foundation because we wanted a nice, solid, flat foundation for this thing to sit on. So this is actually a metal box, basically, from Rising S Bunkers. They can use it as a storm shelter, as a survival shelter, an underground bunker, an underground pew-pew vault, do whatever you want. It's made to go underground. It's a huge steel box with a stairwell going down. And you put it in a hole and you fill around it with cement to make it super strong to where it'll last forever through anything. And I thought it'd be the perfect place to store some pew-pews. I've always wanted, I think every guy who likes pew-pews has always wanted a vault where you just open a door and they're all on the walls all around you. We hired a separate crane company to come get this thing off a truck. So Rising S put on a truck, the truck's bringing it to us. I think they might have kind of jacked us around a little bit. I think they're sending a crane that's too small. So it's gonna be big enough to like pick it up and set it on the ground off the truck, but not big enough to put it over here in this hole. We gave them all the specs. We told them what was what, but I'm kind of worried now we may not actually get it in this hole today, which would be a big bummer because I woke up this morning thinking we would. Time will tell. Boom, and just like that, we got a crane, boys. I mean, I'm not a crane operator, but that thing looks pretty big. It looks big enough to do everything, right? I'm just gonna tell them if we'll send it. You know, we can like tie my truck to it if we need to balance it a little better. Should be totally fine, right? Totally fine.
You're causing problems.
Oh, hey, Mare. Guys, you can tell Mare about this. She already knows. Like small purchases, like pew-pews, small, are one thing to not tell her about. But underground pew-pew vaults, probably ask your wife if that's okay. Is that okay? One of our friends asked us, it was actually Andy Rawls. Yesterday, I sent him a picture of it, the underground vault, and he was like, what are you gonna get for Meredith? And I was like, got her a freaking abandoned mansion. You're welcome. If I had one of these things, I would just be picking up everything. Like I would just see what it could lift. I mean, I have a whole channel called Crane Ranch. We would just pick things up and have some kind of release where we just drop them. And it'd be the best channel you'd ever seen. So anyway, if a crane company wants to sponsor me and give me like a $500,000 crane, whatever that thing costs, that'd be great. What does that thing cost? Is that $1 million? Is that 200,000? I have no idea. The bunker has arrived. Dang, look at it! This is the first time I've actually laid eyes on this thing, the new bunker from Rising S. Now that I'm actually seeing it, it looks pretty big, pretty beefy, pretty heavy. I can see why the crane guy's like, yeah, we're not gonna extend my crane out very far with that much weight. So I think all we're doing is getting it off the truck right now, which is a bummer. Thought we were gonna set it straight into the hole, but we're gonna have to wait for a bigger crane to come out here, I think. God, this thing is so awesome. Lots of good times ahead of us, boys. All right, he's backing in position now. We'll get down there and get it unstrapped. Check her out. I cannot wait to go inside. So this thing is wired already. It's got lights and stuff in it, but it's not gonna be hooked up to power for a while, so we'll put the flashlight down in there today. Also, I have to figure out how to get in there. If we're just setting it on the ground, the top of the ladder is gonna be 10 feet off the ground. Getting the crane in position, he has these big slings that we're going to strap on 4 corners of this thing, I think, and we lift it up. He is unchaining over there, so this thing will just be setting on the trailer. It's happening. It's happening. There's so much big stuff around here. It's just, my day could not be any better. On the roof now, this thing is awesome. So this is where we're gonna rig to. There, 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 and there. Let me get this tied up real quick. Okay. It's time to go up. The epicness of this, just the sheer magnitude, is really hard to convey on camera, but it looks so crazy. Like, that crane is huge, that bunker is huge. What a day, what a day. We got a tagline over here so that it won't just start spinning or anything. If it does, we can kind of direct it. And it is time to go up. He's lifting the crane up off the ground right now. You can see those back tires are not on the ground. That's cool. Here we go. She's off. Oh man, this crane could totally put it in the hole. Definitely weighted more in the front with the stairs. Oh my goodness. Look at it. That is so crazy. God, it's so huge. I think, yep, we're off. It is totally floating. So now we need to move the 18-wheeler out of the way. You can see it's kind of starting to spin. So once the 18-wheeler gets out of the way, they'll use that tagline to kind of spin it back. Oh, bumping the 18-wheeler a bit. Now, he's gonna pull it and set her down. This is great. Heck yeah, man. Look at that thing. Front is down, back is coming down. Gonna be a little unangled, a little off angle. Whoop, hope it doesn't hit that truck. We good. Perfect. Okay, the crane operator said this thing weighs about 18,000 pounds. He says he thinks he can get it in the hole. Well, he's considering putting it in the hole. Now that's on the ground, he can kind of maneuver his truck in a different spot, away from where the 18-wheeler was. Fingers crossed, we can do this right now, boys. Just picking this thing up off the ground. Nice. Getting ready. He's doing the back ramp. Look at that, the back's up. So crazy. He's trying to level it, because right now we're kind of on a little bitty slant. So he's got the back way up off the ground now, totally supported on these things. Beefy. All right, pull it up. We get the straps on it again, and then we lift this bad boy up in the air. Heck yeah, man. We're lifting. It's swinging. It's so weird looking at that crane with the wheels off the ground over there. It is up in the air. Almost hit that little support over there. Would have hit it very slowly though, so I think we're good. He's trying to figure out how he can balance it a little bit better. We're hooked to the back and then sort of a little bit on the other side of the middle, but those stairs are a lot of weight hanging off the end. We're flying. We're flying. He's having to like thread the needle to get this thing past that support over there. He's watching it closely and just going slow. This is so crazy, and we gotta still spin this thing. Those stairs have to be facing the house. 18,000 pounds just dangling there. All right, we're gonna turn it all the way around. We're just spinning 18,000 pounds in the air. Barely clearing his cockpit over there. Okay, coming around, we gotta watch out for the rebar sticking up. We're gonna have to pour concrete around the sides of this thing, so that rebar is for that. We have to thread it right in between the rebar and down onto the pad, and hope we did our measurements correctly. That would suck. The tilting might be a problem putting it in this hole, because the front is so much lower than the back. See, we're catching on rebar a little bit, That's gonna make it tricky. Catching some of the rebar down there. It's just bending it. That little piece of rebar is getting smashed. Hey, I put the camera down so we could actually get this thing in. It's set down there and it's not centered yet. We're gonna move the thing a little bit and move it all back. These lines are where we need it. Okay, he's repositioned crane. We're going up one more time. Gonna get it on that back line, get it on this line. Should be good. Good here. Now we just gotta get it good back there. You can see we're all into the rebar over there. This thing is tricky. She's in. That is where she's gonna sit. My man Jordan over here on the crane is a hell of a dude. He worked hard to get that thing in there, and he didn't have to. He could have said, it's too big, I have to get a bigger crane later. But he kept rearranging to where he could get on a place where it was safe to do it. And he's been here working hard, so thank you, you the man. We just loosened the top of this thing, so we should be able to open it and go down. This is obviously the stairwell going down into the bunker. Obviously, today's the first time I've seen the bunker, so I have never been inside this bunker. And get some stairs to get to the stairwell. This is all gonna be level of our foundation. All right, let me go find something to hop up in there. Okay. Ugh. He's got it all sealed. Keep it nice and clean and dry. I'm about to go make it nice and dirty. Wow, look at it. Oh my gosh, it smells like a new car in here. We're going in. I took my shoes off just because it's so nice and pretty and clean in here. It smells so new. Rising S Company. We will have lights. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Woo! It's very hot in here. Let this air out a little bit. I actually didn't notice there is a light switch up there too. So as soon as you walk down the hallway, flip the switch, turns on your hall light, or as soon as you're down here, you can flip. Whoa, what? Why is there power? What the? I'm so confused. There's a battery in here. Whoa! Crazy! This must have a car battery back here. Is there a battery? There's a battery in here! Dude, we got freaking battery backup! That's sweet. So, it's looking like the batteries only run half the lights in here, which actually gives you plenty of lights. I even brought a flashlight in here because I was like, we're gonna need it. Nope. Freaking battery. They thought of everything. So you can see we got little plugs out there. We have outlets. Right there, all along this wall. And then you'll notice this. This is actually square steel tubing hooked all the way around. That is because we're going to mount some pew-pew racks pretty soon. We're gonna get those in, and they actually, I told him the racks we wanted, so he put these things, I think on 12-inch centers, all along this plate metal right here, so that we can mount our racks to that, because we wouldn't, there's gonna be concrete right on the other side of this metal, so it would just be harder to mount that. This will make it super easy to put all of our mounts in here. I'm getting very sweaty in this box. You can imagine the sun is beating down on this right now and it's black, so there's just heat radiating off this. We do have provisions for vents, so we're gonna have vents right there. So perfect. Ha! This is so good. Okay, so the plan here is to walk in here through this big, oh my gosh, I didn't even look at how big that door is. Big armored door. Okay, so when you close it, yep, that ought to do. Big armored door right there, and that's totally shielded, so there's no way to like cut around that. You have to cut through metal and metal and metal just to get to that. So my plan is to come through this big armored door here, and then you'll just walk into this, and all of my pew-pews will be displayed on the edges. Probably have a big work table here in the middle. This thing is 10 by 20, 10 feet by 20 feet. And then a big stairwell. Usually in underground bunkers, you'll see like a submarine kind of stairs where they're very narrow and very steep. So you're just like, bam, 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 you have to go up really steep. But I was like, if we're gonna have like big Barretts and stuff, I want a normal set of stairs. And I was like, can y'all do that? And they were like, yeah, it's all custom made, we can do whatever. So they put in a normal flight of stairs in here, so it's just like the stairs in your house. We'll walk right up and down it with everything. Which will be good because we will pull big pew-pews out of this thing like every week. So I want it to be easy. And also this echo, as soon as we get concrete on the other side of this wall, that'll dampen a lot. As soon as we have sun here, there should be zero echo. These things are made for a variety of purposes, of course. Mine is gonna be pew-pew storage. I wanna keep it safe, so it's underground behind that big door. A lot of people do them for survival shelters or bomb shelters, and so they want to actually be able to live down here. So Rising S does all that stuff. They can make these things that are just one room like this, that just is for storing things. They can make them to where there are multiple rooms with hallways connecting them, where you can have like a living room and a bedroom and a kitchen, and they have all that kind of stuff with special ventilation systems. They have toilets that are made for going in bunkers that are uphill flushing toilets or compost toilets. They have sinks, they have running water. They can make them as plain or as fancy as you would like. So mine is obviously tailored for what I need, which does not include running water or toilets or anything, because I don't plan on needing to go to the bathroom while I'm in my vault. But it's possible. If I wanted a toilet in my vault, I could have had one. Had to come out to get some air because it's cooking in there in the Texas heat today. Let me tell you a little bit about Rising S while I cool down. Rising S has installed more shelters than any bunker company in the entire world. They are on 6 of 7 continents, they are in 52 countries, and they are the only bunker company that has photographic evidence to prove that they have ever built a super shelter of over 13,000 square feet. To put that in perspective, my shelter is 200 square feet. 13,000's a little bit bigger. I talked to the owner of this company, and they are super proud about their products at this company. They're all made in America. They're actually made here in Texas. This was built about 4 hours away from me. And they stand behind everything they do because they test everything. So mine doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Mine is just a vault, but all the ones that are actually made for like survival, for like, you know, bad scenarios where you would actually want to go underground, you want to make sure all your stuff works. So they test everything, like their water pumps, their ventilation fans, their TVs, like everything that you would have down in there, the toilets. They test everything to make sure it's going to work for 6 months before they say it's good enough to go in their bunkers. So like a water pump, they will run it for 24 hours a day for 6 months. And if it's still working, that means it's good enough to go in a Rising S shelter. So like their ventilation fans, you have to have ventilation when you're underground or you will run out of oxygen. The ventilation fans, they actually test for even longer. They have run them for 12,000 continuous hours to make sure that they continue to go. And like I said before, Rising S customizes everything for the customer. For me, I wanted pew-pew mounting stuff on the walls, and I was planning on just doing that myself. I was gonna get in there and weld it up or figure it out. And they said, no, we're gonna do it because we wanna make sure it's done right, and then it's painted over and everything. And the owner specifically said, we're not doing this because you are Demolition Ranch and it's gonna go on a video. They were like, we would do this for any customer. We wanna make sure that they're 100% happy. So, I am 100% happy. This Rising S bunker is going to be so good, and it's gonna make it so where I don't have just pew-pews spilling out around my office. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna let the sun take a little break and go down a little bit, and we'll be back out here in a little bit, because I'm gonna walk around a little more, but I'm dying. Hey family.
Hey.
Hey, who's excited about this thing? You ready to go in? All right, they're all gonna come in here, check it out. Come on up. This is an 8-foot ladder, so it's a little sketchy of a climb to get in here. Give me your hand. I got you.
Oh my gosh, it's cool. Whoa.
All right, step down, step down.
Really cool.
Isn't that neat? Lincoln, are you ready for this?
Awesome.
Give me your hand. Give me one hand.
It's awesome. Oh my. I love it.
You love it?
So cool.
Cool, right? Hey, y'all don't go all the way in yet?
Look at Demo.
Demo over there. Wait, I want to go in. We brought our puppies up here. It is 7:30 right now in the PM. So Mary and I brought a little wine up here to watch the sunset and check out the bunker. All right, you can go down.
Can I flip the switch?
Sure.
Can we turn on the light?
There's lights.
Who just did that? I did.
There's the switch up here.
Oh, that's whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. Hello? Hello? Echo.
What do you guys think?
Oh, I like it.
So I think we got, what do we have, about, I'm 6'9", Just kidding. The internet says I'm 6'9". We got about 7 foot ceilings, a little less than 7.
You have AC down?
Yeah, we are. I mean, it would be kind of stale and stagnant if not. So, yeah, this will be hooked into our central HVAC right there, which will be very nice. We got electric, we got outlets. Yep, that's cool, don't lock me in. We have outlets, we got switches. We're gonna probably run some other lights that are like shining down on the pew-pews all around here. Let me know your ideas. We're gonna have a really cool wall all mounted up here for hanging stuff. Mayor,
Pretty cool.
can I just say, you're awesome. Thank you so much
I know.
for letting me.
Yes, you're down.
What do I have to buy you to make this up to you?
You're just gonna owe me for a while and I'll decide later
I was also thinking, like, if I'm ever in the doghouse, this will just be my new doghouse. I'll just come down here, close myself in,
on. Lock you in.
hug all my.
Is there a way for you to get out? Like if you're locked in here?
Yeah, it has this on the other side. That unlocks the latch. That unlocks the big latch. So yeah, you can't get stuck in here, which is a plus. So today we finally have the beginning of the new vault. We're gonna be working on this very soon. We need to tie it into our electric here so it's not running all off the battery because I don't have solar. I'm not planning on having solar. This battery will charge with our house's electricity. This is just in case the power goes out, we still have power down here on that battery. So we're gonna be working, getting this tied into electricity. We're gonna actually pour concrete around it. And then also we're gonna start putting up our wall in here that will hold all of our toys. You guys get to see all of that coming up in future episodes of Renovation Ranch, the abandoned mansion. Thank you guys so much for watching this kind of special episode of the abandoned mansion where we really didn't do anything on the mansion, but we did something really big in the grand scheme of things. I love you, and I'll see you next time.